Your summer electric bill is not a mistake. Utility monopolies have quietly engineered a system that forces your central air conditioner to waste a massive amount of its power, trapping you in a cycle of $500 summer power bills. But there is a $300 piece of hardware they are terrified you will discover. Summer is here, and millions of Americans are about to receive the highest electric bills of their entire lives. You turn your thermostat up, you suffer in the heat of your own home, and somehow the bill still doubles. You are told this is just the cost of inflation. You are told this is just a hot summer. But if you look closely at how the modern power grid and the residential heating and cooling industry actually operate, you will realize that you are not just a customer. You are the product of a highly engineered financial trap. By the end of this video, you will know exactly why your air conditioner is draining your wallet, and I will show you the exact unit you can buy today to completely bypass their system. Let us start with the smart meter on the side of your house. Over the last decade, utility companies lobbied local governments to push free smart meters onto almost every home in America. They knocked on your door and told you it was to improve grid efficiency, to prevent blackouts, and to save you money. They did not tell you the full truth. The truth is, old analog meters with the spinning dials only measured your total volume of electricity over a 30-day period. A kilowatt was a kilowatt. The new smart meters are digital surveillance tools that allow utility companies to track exactly when you use your power down to the minute. This opened the door for something called time of use pricing. Right now, an increasing number of utility companies across the country have switched to these time of use rates. They know that you come home from work, cook dinner, and turn on the air conditioning between 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. So they legally redefine those hours as peak demand time. During this window, they can charge you double or even triple the normal rate for the exact same electricity. But the trap goes deeper than just the time of day. It is about how your central air conditioner actually consumes power. Traditional central air conditioners use what is called a single-stage compressor. It is basically a massive motor sitting in your backyard that only has two settings, 100% on or completely off. Every single time your thermostat tells that compressor to turn on, it pulls a violent, massive surge of electricity to get the heavy motor spinning. In the electrical trade, this is known as locked rotor amps. Every time that unit kicks on during a hot summer afternoon, your smart meter logs that massive surge. In many areas, this triggers demand charges or simply forces you to pull maximum wattage during the most expensive hours of the day. The utility company loves this. Your central air conditioner is essentially a slot machine that pays the power company every time the compressor cycles on. And what are you actually getting for all that expensive electricity? You are getting robbed by the ductwork in your own ceiling. The United States Department of Energy has published studies explicitly stating that typical residential duct systems lose between 25 and 40% of their cooling energy. Let me repeat that. Up to 40% of the cold air you are paying premium peak rates to generate is lost before it ever reaches your living room. Why? Because central air forces cold air through uninsulated tin ducts that are sitting in a dark, 130-degree attic. You are literally paying top dollar to air condition the inside of your roof. The cold air absorbs the radiant heat of the attic through the thin metal of the ductwork. By the time the air actually blows out of the vent above your couch, it has lost a massive percentage of its cooling capacity. So why do home builders and HVAC companies continue to install this incredibly wasteful system in almost every new American home? Because corporate home builders and private equity-owned heating and cooling companies have a very profitable understanding. Central air is cheap and fast to rough in during the construction phase. And more importantly, The modern central air conditioning units are no longer built to last 30 years. The legendary brands you used to trust have been bought out by private equity firms. In the name of maximizing profit, they have systematically value engineered the reliability out of the machine. They have replaced the thick, repairable copper coils that used to last 30 years with paper-thin, unrepairable aluminum micro-channel coils. These modern aluminum coils are highly prone to pitting, rotting out, and leaking expensive refrigerant gas right after the 5-year warranty expires. You cannot patch a micro-channel coil. When it leaks, the entire part is garbage. And worse, when your system is low on refrigerant, it loses its ability to cool, but the motor keeps running. It will run 24 hours a day, failing to cool your house, absolutely skyrocketing your electric bill until the compressor finally burns itself out from the strain. Then, a local installer shows up and quotes you $6,000 to $10,000 for a complete system replacement. When you complain about the cost, they will tell you that the only way to get true energy efficiency is to install a permanent mini-split system for $12,000. That is a gatekeeping lie designed to keep local installation monopolies rich. They want you to believe that cooling your house requires taking out a second mortgage. But the rest of the world stopped falling for this scam decades ago. In Europe and Asia, they do not use inefficient central ductwork, and they do not use power-hungry, single-stage compressors. They use variable-speed inverter compressors. And here is the secret the utility companies and the heating and cooling monopolies do not want you to know. You do not need to spend $12,000 to get inverter technology. There is a loophole. You can buy it at the hardware store for around $300. Enter the modern, U-shaped inverter window air conditioner. I know what you are thinking. You are picturing your grandfather's loud, rattling, heavy metal box from 1998 that sounded like a diesel tractor in the bedroom and doubled your electric bill. Throw that image away. The modern inverter unit is a completely different piece of technology. First, let us look at the design. The reason it is called a U-shaped unit is because there is a deep groove cut right down the middle of the chassis. This allows you to slide the air conditioner onto the windowsill and then actually close your window down through the middle of the unit. The noisy compressor and the condenser fan are locked completely outside the glass. The only thing inside your room is the quiet blower fan. This physical barrier blocks the mechanical noise, making it incredibly quiet. You can easily watch television or sleep right next to it. But the real magic, the mechanism that completely defeats the utility company, is the inverter compressor. Remember how your central air conditioner only knows how to run at 100% power, causing a massive electrical surge every time it turns on? An inverter compressor does not do that. It acts like the accelerator pedal in a car. When you turn it on, it soft starts. It slowly and quietly ramps up the power to cool the room down. Once the room reaches your desired temperature, it does not shut off. Instead, it slows down and gently idles, maintaining the temperature while sipping a tiny amount of electricity. Because it never turns off and on, there is no violent electrical surge. Your smart meter never registers a massive spike in demand. When idling, these units draw around 400 watts of continuous power. To put that in perspective, a standard kitchen coffee maker uses around 1,000 watts. You are cooling your entire living room with less power than it takes to brew a pot of coffee. This is not a marketing gimmick. These units carry a combined energy efficiency ratio of 15. A rating of 15 makes them vastly more efficient than almost any standard central air conditioning system currently sitting in an American backyard. You are getting top-tier efficiency for around $300. And because it is sitting right in the window of the room you are standing in, there is zero duct loss. Every single ounce of cold air it produces goes directly into your living space, not into your 130-degree attic. The Department of Energy duct loss penalty is completely erased. This brings us to the ultimate arbitrage strategy for the smart homeowner. It is called zone cooling. Think about how you actually live in your house. You spend 80% of your time in 20% of your square footage. You sleep in the master bedroom and you sit in the living room. So why are you paying peak utility rates to push cold air into empty guest bedrooms, unused dining rooms, and hallways? By placing one $300 inverter unit in your bedroom and one in your main living space, you can turn your central thermostat way up or shut it off completely. You only pay to cool the rooms you are actually using. Homeowners who switch to zone cooling with inverter units routinely see their summer electric bills drop by 50% or more. You stop paying to cool the attic, you stop paying to cool empty rooms, and you stop paying the utility company's peak demand surge penalties. Finally, we have to talk about independence. True ownership means not being held hostage by repairmen. When your central air conditioner breaks in the middle of a July heat wave, you are at the mercy of the dispatch schedule. You will wait 3 weeks sweating in your house only for a technician to show up and charge you $200 just to diagnose a broken capacitor. Then they will try to upsell you a new system. With a U-shaped window inverter, you bypass the repair monopoly entirely. There are no city permits to pull. There is no pouring a concrete pad in the backyard. There is no calling a licensed technician to braze copper lines and handle expensive refrigerant gas. You buy it, you open the box, and you use the included heavy-duty steel support bracket. The bracket takes the entire weight of the unit off your window frame and transfers it to the wall. You set the bracket, slide the unit in, close the window through the middle slot, and plug it into a standard 110-volt wall outlet. The entire installation takes 30 minutes, requires nothing more than a screwdriver, and leaves you with full visibility out of your window. And if it ever breaks 10 years from now, you do not pay a repairman $300 to fix it. You pull it out of the window, you throw it away, you drive to the hardware store, and you buy a brand new one. You have completely removed the corporate middleman from your comfort and your wallet. Do not let the power company and the HVAC monopolies drain your bank account this summer. You are not trapped. You just needed the right mechanism. Check the description below for links to the exact inverter units that smart homeowners and off-grid mechanics are actually buying right now. Protect yourself, protect your money, and stop paying for fake quality. We will see you in the next breakdown.